Hi guys, I am Chrissy with Form Up Pilates, and today we are working with a smaller fitness ball. I'm using a bender ball. You can use a fit ball or anything that has a little bit of squish and a good amount of stick plus rolls around, okay? Remember, I can't see you. You know your body better than I do. Make sure you do what feels right for your body. If it doesn't feel right or safe, don't do it, okay? We're gonna start sitting upright on the mat. I've got my legs in a mermaid position. My externally rotated leg is the side I'm gonna put the ball on, and the ball is going under my fingers. My opposite arm rests out to the side. On my inhale, I'm gonna roll to the side only as far as I can keep this hip down. Exhale, roll back up all the way to sitting position. Nice spinal alignment. So we're starting by giving ourselves a little side stretch plus some obliques. Inhale to roll out, exhale to return. Listen to your body, what feels right to you. Abs are up and in. Two more. Nice stretch. I'm supporting through my shoulder, not giving into my elbow. One more just like that. Good. If that's enough, keep it. Otherwise, inhale, roll out, exhale, tap the floor, rotating through the chest. Inhale, return, exhale to lift. So 2 breath cycles. Inhale, exhale, rotate, keeping the opposite hip down. Inhale, open just to square. Exhale, return. 2 more. Inhale, I reach down through my top hip. I stretch through my arms. I square out my chest. 1 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, return. Gorgeous. I'm gonna put my legs out wide. I'm gonna stick the ball underneath my fingers. I'm gonna inhale, roll as I roll forward. Exhale, sit up tall. If you need to be flat back, you do. So now I'm rolling through my abdomen and then articulating up. So I'm going through a little C curve. Inhale to stretch, exhale to return. Feet can be flexed or pointed. You just wanna make sure that those thighs are rotated up or back. Good, I'm gonna take this a little to the right and then center. And then I'm gonna take it to the left and center. So I'm gonna go forward, return, right, return, left, return. As I do this, I work through my abdomen in flexion. I work through my spine in articulation, and I stretch my inner thighs. Plus, as I go to the opposite side, so center, I get a stretch down the length of the back. If I go to the right, I get a stretch through the left side of the back, which feels really nice. And if I go to the left, I get a stretch through the right side of the back. Let's do 1 more set. Inhale, exhale, all the way up to return. Inhale, exhale to return. Last one. Inhale, exhale to return. Gorgeous. Opposite side for mermaid. So I cross my legs in the opposite direction. The leg that's externally rotated, the forward leg, that's the side as the ball. Opposite arm out to the side, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, I side flex. Exhale, I return. I keep my elbows stable and not hyperextended. I push down so my triceps and side body are active. And I work through the obliques. As I flex to the right, I tighten the right side, I lengthen the left, and then I reverse that as I sit up. 2 more, just as is. I try to keep my head in line with my spine. 1 more. Beautiful, let's add rotation, shall we? Inhale, I stretch out and I stay there. I keep my opposite hip and shoulder down. I rotate and I return. Notice I'm keeping the ball pretty still. And if you look, I'm really pulling up into the abdomen. And 2, and 1 more. And I bring everything all the way back up. I'm gonna sit in the middle of my mat, straight legs. I'm gonna put the ball on my knees and I'm gonna sit up really tall, okay? I'm gonna inhale, roll the ball forward. Exhale, sit all the way back up. So I'm working on my sitting forward. I'm still working abs. Now, if you're more advanced, inhale, roll the ball forward. Exhale, come up. Keep the ball on the thighs. Give yourself a little chest open and then return to upright. 3 more, whichever pathway you've chosen. If this is a little tight, flex the feet. If that's a little tight, spread the legs apart and do this without the ball. 1 more. Now this one, I'm gonna roll hinge back, and then roll all the way down. It's a little bit of a prep for a neck pull. I'm gonna make sure I'm on my mat, shoulders and hips down, nice neutral spine, feet almost flat. I'm putting the ball under my right toes. I'm gonna inhale, roll the ball out with my right leg, exhale, return. So as I do this, I'm keeping the pelvis still. So a moment ago, we were moving through the spine and we were stretching around the pelvis, right? Now, I'm moving through the joint of the leg, keeping the spine still. I'm gonna point a little as I bring the foot in, flex as I roll it out. And if it gets out of alignment, just fix it, right? 2 more. 1 more. I keep my leg extended. I'm gonna go figure 8. So I'm gonna rotate in and rotate out with my thigh. My foot joins the party, so it should look a little bit like a cobra in a basket. Pelvis is stable, abs are in. So as I do this with my thigh, I'm trying not to wiggle my hips around, okay? 2 more. So I'm working inner thigh, outer thigh, glutes, pelvic stability. Then I pause. I'm gonna keep this leg straight. I'm gonna interlace my hands behind my head and I'm gonna chest lift up and roll back down. Ideally, exhale to lift, inhale to return. Shoulders out of ears. My pelvis stays still and the ball doesn't move right now. However, if you want to advance this, as you chest lift up, roll the ball in. I'm going to fix it a little. And then roll it out as you lower down. Good, my pelvis is still stable. My elbows are relatively wide, right? If this is enough, you keep this. Final level, roll the ball in, rotate, square it out, return. Shoulders broad, abs up and in, and we add that crunch aspect to it. 4. Good. 3, if you're losing contact with the ball, you're probably gripping your hips too much. 2, we have 1 more. 1. Good. The next time I lower down, I lower my arms down, I roll the ball in, and I walk it to my opposite foot. So my right foot stays down, my left toes are on the ball. I inhale, roll the ball out, flexing as it goes. Exhale, return, pointing the ankle as I return. So my first work is complete stability in the torso and stable thigh, mobility in the opposite leg. And 3. Remember, if it ever starts getting too close, you just walk it out again, right? 2 more. My ball's really squishy, so it's gonna keep moving in on me. 1 more. Then if this is enough, great. Otherwise, we keep the leg out, everything is stable, and we figure 8. And as I figure 8, I work to keep the shoulder and hip and thigh still on my stable leg, and I rotate from the hip socket. So I'm not just pointing my toes in and out. I'm really working from the thigh, taking the foot with me. 2. And 1. Great, I find parallel. My hands interlace behind my head, and we start with just a chest lift. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. As I lift and lower, my pelvis is still, I flex through my upper abdominals. And 4. Eyes look to my thighs. It's like they're rolling up my knee. 2 more. And then if this is enough, we keep it. Otherwise, what do? We roll the ball in as we chest lift up, and we return. Shoulders out of ears, abs up and in. I still try to roll down my chest lift. I'm not arching. And 2. Good, then if this is enough, we keep this. Otherwise, what do? Add the rotation. I work to keep my elbows wide and my hips stable. So I'm not letting my elbow curve and my hip roll, right? 2 more. Rotate, return. 1 more. Rotate, return. I roll the ball in. Good. I'm going to take the ball and I'm going to put it between my thighs. Okay? My abs are in, my hands are down. I'm going to roll my pelvis to the sky. If you need to hinge, you hinge. And I'm going to hinge down. So you can hinge both ways. Otherwise, roll up, hinge down. 2 more. The ball between the thighs has a little squeeze on it. I'm not trying to crush it, but I am squeezing it a little. Then I switch. I hinge up and I roll down. Good. Hinging up, rolling down. So I'm working my spine in 2 different directions. Good, 2 more. My feet stay nice and flat. If your feet are rolling, you don't have enough alignment, okay? 1 more. Hold. Shoulders broad, abs in, plant those feet. Squeeze the ball, release. Squeeze, release. If this is enough for you, I love this, right? Feet flat, squeezing equally. Otherwise, arms to the sky. So you've decreased your stability, increased your work. Good, remember, big toe does not lift up. If this is enough, keep it. Otherwise, squeeze as arms reach overhead, release arms to sky. And 5. Good, my hips are staying at the same height. 4, my knees are forward, my abs are in. 3, notice as my arms go overhead, I don't rock my shoulders. 2, 1 more. I lower my arms and I roll all the way down. I take out the ball and I let my thighs open. Nice little stretch, releasing those inner thighs. Beautiful. Last but not least, I'm going to roll up. I'm going to put the ball behind my shoulder blades, hands interlace behind the head, and it's shoulder blades, not low lumbar, right? Inhale, I give myself a stretch. Exhale, I lift up. Now, I don't want to be rolling this ball around. I want to stretch over the ball and return. I'm supporting my neck by having my hands behind my head, and my thumbs are actually running down my neck a little bit. 3, 2, 1 more. Hold the lift. Rotate to one side, then center. Rotate, center. I'm going to keep my feet flat, my knees still. I feel the ball rolling cross to cross my back. So I'm rotating my chest. I'm not rolling it up my shoulders, down my shoulders. It goes side to side. 1 more set. Then I stretch back one last time. Big stretch. Exhale, I sit up enough that I can take the ball out, fold forward and stretch, giving my body an oppositional release. And we are done. I hope you enjoyed that nice, quick ball workout going through pelvic stability and abdominals. I will keep posting. You keep watching. See you in the next class.